Hey, guess what?
What?
It's the Blazor Puzzle, episode 43.
It's that time.
It's
my
that
favorite time of the week.
I'm Carl Franklin from AppVNext. That's my friend Jeff Fritz from Microsoft. Hey, Jeff.
How do? Good to see you, Carl.
Enjoying this lovely weather we're having?
It cooled off finally here. It's back to like normal summer temperatures and isn't
like
the
80.
sweltering.
90.
Yeah.
Normal. Anyway, enough chit chat. We have some stuff to do today. These are really good puzzles. Let's start with last week's puzzle. Roll the video. All right. So if you recall, this one was impossible CSS.
Yes.
So I've got a div here, and I want to dynamically make this div size as the window is sized.
Right. You want to fill the rest of the browser height.
Right. And this is how I'm doing it here with height is 80% of the view height. But as you can see, there's some weirdness here. It's the margin's a little bigger here, and then it goes away, and now it's below the screen. So it's not really all that good. So we basically asked for a solution. There are multiple solutions to this problem. There's a CSS solution. There's a JavaScript/CSS solution. So first I'm going to do the honorable mentions because we had two honorable mentions that didn't quite cut it. But the first one was to change this to this.
I like that one.
So yeah, you're smiling. Calc. You like calc?
I like calc, but I think there's a better solution still.
Yeah, well, let's just see how this one works out. So it's not bad, but it still shrinks. It's still the margin isn't very consistent, right?
It's nice that it's a pure CSS solution. It's assigning to the one item here, but I think there's still better options.
There are better options. So here are two more honorable mentions from the same person. I don't know if they really wanted us to say who they were, so I will not mention their names because we didn't actually choose them. But both of these people have been previous winners.
So we could just call them Phil?
All right, here's the first one.
Sure.
The first one is to leave the height at 80% and have this spacer. That's basically the same width, but only one view height. And then just append that spacer down below. Let's see what this does. Yeah, it's still not great. And this one is even worse. Like it's still going below.
The calc at least kept it within the height of the window. It didn't force that secondary scroll bar on the far right to appear.
Yep. All right, well, let's see the same person's second solution. The second solution was to keep the 80% height, but put a 20 pixel margin at the bottom, right?
Okay.
So let's see what happens here. Yeah. No, it's still no good.
No.
Okay. Now, we did get one person who more or less came up with the same solution that I came up with. So here it is.
All right.
Okay, so notice that the height is taken out of the style. All right. And we have some JavaScript here. It's a method called init Blazor page. And you pass in the .NET helper, which is the reference to the page. And look for the resize event. Handle that. And then we're going to invoke this C# method on resize, passing the inner width and inner height. So down here in on after render async, if it's the first render, we initialize the Blazor page, creating that reference and passing it. And then on resize gets called. And then we have a height string right here. And we're setting that to the height value. minus 180, and this is a magic number, and you can adjust that. It just happens to be the top position of the div, or about the top position of the div, toString plus px. So this might be 500 px, 550 px, 600 px, something like that.
Sure.
And then we're going to invoke state as changed. So then up in the div itself, we do this. Dynamic CSS. How about that? Style equals height : at height.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. Now that's good. Right? It's consistent. It takes a second, it takes the render, right? It kind of lags a little bit, but at least by the time it's resized, it's usable and it's in the same position. And of course, if you go all the way up, it just goes away. So that's my solution. And we did have a winner who came up with more or less the same solution. And that person is, drum roll, please, Jamal Sampson from DuPont, Michigan.
Congratulations, Jamal.
Yeah, congratulations indeed. I love it when, people are engaged and they're playing the puzzle and they try things and they send them in, even if it's not perfect, they send them in anyway. And then Jamal just nailed it. So Jamal, for having his answer picked among all the right answers, which was only one, he is going to win one of these. A Blazor Puzzle coffee mug.
Nice.
Right? And this is the best part. Jamal's also going to win one of the following: a week-long, all-expense-paid vacation for two to Norway, including a cruise through the Western Fjords.
Wow.
And of course, many delicious fish meals. Right?
As you would expect.
Yeah. Either that or a brand new bottle of 23-year-old Pappy Van Winkle Kentucky Straight Bourbon.
Holy
collector's
smokes.
item. Yeah.
Yes.
Or
I'll take
he
one
could
of those.
win one of these. A Blazor Puzzle t-shirt. Yeah.
Oh, man,
but he's definitely going to win one of those 3 second items. Only the best here at the Blazor Puzzle.
That's right.
All right, so let's jump into the second puzzle, next week's puzzle. All right, Jeff, so this is your puzzle, so why don't you take the reins here?
So we've done a couple of these puzzles where I've been trying to figure out other ways to show information about various episodes from the series here. So This is a Blazor interactive WebAssembly project. There's a server component there also. And on the server, I have a minimal API that's returning a collection of episodes. You can see it there in episode API CS. There you go. And we've got a catalog of episodes listed. And if you scroll down, you'll see the mapping that returns those for the 2 different ways that you could reach in and get information.
Very cool.
We're not actually going to use the second one. We're going to use the first one, just requesting API episodes.
Okay.
So inside the episodes Razor component, there it is. I wanted to put together just a list, a scrolling list. You had a list of items on that previous puzzle.
Yep.
But I wanted to show, here's the images, here's the thumbnails for each of the episodes. So I downloaded some of our thumbnails and I put them in this project. And I wanted to show them and use the Virtualize component so that it shows a few at a time. And as you scroll, goes and loads the other episodes. Loads those other images, renders the image tags, loads up those images, and paints them on the screen. So I sized the thumbnails so they weren't the really big high-fidelity thumbnails that we're used to showing. They're just 200 pixels. So you can fit a couple of them on the screen at a time.
Okay.
So there's just a slight challenge with the way that this works, and it's not immediately evident when you log into it. So let's take a look when you run this.
All right.
So you can see that we've got this scrollable area on the left, It's showing only 2 or 3 of the episodes to start here, but take a look in that network tab of our developer tools.
Yeah.
It loaded up, 17 images?
Yeah.
Like, working locally, that's not bad, but when folks are browsing to the website I want to use this with, those other 14 images that it isn't showing, that could be a lot of bandwidth that we're pushing back and forth.
I see. So if I scroll down to a certain point, then it goes and gets more.
The others.
But the whole thing is it should only download,
Just
a small number.
Yeah.
At first, maybe even 3.
Right. Maybe 3, maybe 4 or 5,
4?
so that the ones that are just off screen are cached. How can we reduce the number of those? The Virtualize component is supposed to help with this, but I feel like there's something missing, something we just haven't configured right about that Virtualize, maybe the image, not sure, to try to get it reduced, the number of these images that we're forcing everybody to download when they first browse to the website. And clearly we lifted up and we're displaying just part of the website we're working on here.
Right. So there's your obsession for the next week. If you think you know the answer, don't post it on social media, of course, but instead send it by email to Jeff and me at blazorpuzzle@appvnext.com with the subject puzzle number 43. And good luck. And you know what? Even if you think you didn't figure it out, or you got halfway there and had a question, just send it to us anyway, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll give you a hint if you're on the right track.
Absolutely.
So that's it. That's all we got. Take care, Jeff, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Have a good one, friends.
Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out blazortrain.com and the .NETshow.com for more great content.